Sofia Vergara used to make people jump off buildings naked. And what kind of things would you do on this show? Everybody would do anything they wanted to do, like jump naked and with parachutes, and like when did you do it? No, I was the host, so you make men or women jump out naked. That was the man who did it, and you could see the little blur. Why was it a little blur, is my question, I'm sure. But soon as he saw you, it wasn't that little. Yeah, the blur grew. Aside from that, though, Chris Rock literally couldn't stop flirting with her for the entire interview. Hey, forget it, don't see my movie. See her How to Make Gumbo. Yeah, I don't know what that is. You don't understand. It doesn't matter. Yeah, you'll never have to cook for me. Before we get into the video, YouTube hasn't been recommending our videos lately. We'd really appreciate it if you could leave a like and watch the video until the end. I promise you won't regret it. When Britney Spears was announcing her pregnancy, David Letterman made a very risky joke. Considering he was going through a cheating scandal at the time, the whole prep, it was cool. It was very interesting. I think you did a very good job. And what are we onto something here or not? Don't worry, Dave, it's not yours. Whoa, well, I think that's good news for both of us. Katy Perry tried to compliment Paul McCartney, but it went wrong. I'm in for the long haul. I want to have a career. I hope to have half the career that you have. I think you've been doing this for longer, than I've even been alive. The fact that you're still here today in 2013, hold up, the fact that you're not dead. Johnny Carson lost it when Joan Rivers said this. Now, I would have another child, but Melissa was born, and I love Melissa. I was not wanted, and I think that's what screwed me up. Now, you keep saying that you weren't wanted. Now, how do you know you weren't wanted? I think my mother tried to have an abortion. She never said so, but I was born with a hanger in my ear, and that kitchen. Patrick Stewart had a disagreement with his wife about his downstairs area, and she said you're not circumcised. I said, what do you mean? All my life you're not circumcised. I said that's ridiculous. I should know if I'm circumcised. Of course I am. The next day, I happened to be seeing my doctor. I said, oh, by the way, my wife and I a little disagreement. I am circumcised, aren't I? Because she says, I'm not. And he goes, not Conan O'Brien couldn't handle himself around Selma. What is that dress made of? That dress is very sexy. Thank you, Balana. I'm so sorry. What is that? Maybe I should do it. Linda Hamilton was too honest for Arnold Schwarzenegger because you were known as the Austrian Oak at that stage. Yeah, that's right, yeah. You weren't sure you wanted to act with the Austrian Oak. Yeah, not at all. Only because I was a snotty New York actress. You can't go to LA. It'll ruin you. You can't do LA movies. They suck. I mean, you never told me that story. I know. So, you were hesitating working with me. I was. Oh, you believe that? Did you watch your diet? Yeah, sure. I got a steak once in a while. And you don't, they always say. Isn't that right? Although you don't have to be that attentive. You don't have to be. He gives me that crap like he's interested. David Letterman didn't know how to handle Aishwarya Rai's spiciness. Now I'm right about this. Globally, you're an enormous star, aren't you? You could go to any place on the globe. It just evokes A from you. So, no. Anytime. Yeah, have you enjoyed the experience so far? So far, yeah, it's been wonderful. Yeah, good. How? Well, yeah, there's a little more. Chris Martin called out Hugh Grant for flirting with his wife. It was really nice to meet you. I am very flattered. Thank you. But every time I've met Hugh, he's very grumpy, and he's like, yeah, whatever, rock star, off. And then starts flirting with your other half. And so Johnny Carson wasn't a fan of this bat. I think this has got to be one of the most fantastic. Let me hold him up a little bit. Show you how he hangs upside down. Colonies of up to 500 bats. They have the ability of using sonar, but they actually find the fruit. Find the fruit where there's sight and also sense of smell. Who is that gentleman? Prince William, not the black one. No, the black ones, I know. This is why you never try to roast a comedian. So, have you seen the movies? Like do you have to know all the movies? Is that I've watched some of them? Yeah. Any clunkers? Anything you don't like they're good. There's some good ones. Yeah. What are you trying to get me to say? Man, any better than my movies, Well, that goes without saying, but anything. Hey, you did a movie, too. I know. No, I did a lot. Your movie went straight to audio. It is, yeah. Did you ever do any modeling by any chance? Yeah. Did you do the runway modeling, Oh, right, yes. I imagine you probably did. Yeah. Normally I can speak. But not today. Having a bit of a hard time this evening. Don't know what it is. It's kind of hot in this studio. I'm feeling a little. Is it hot in here? Well, you're wearing that. So, Maria Menounos had Conan O'Brien speechless. You just got hotter. Those Epsu boy, you had me in an incredible trance, and then you broke me out of it. A funny moment happened between Dame Judi Dench and Dev Patel when Graham Norton was reading out bad hotel reviews. We were given the keys to the wrong room and walked into the room to find a naked African gentleman washing his genitals in the sink. Dr. You whispering all of the extra bits in your ear going. Betty White and Joan Rivers were having a roasting battle. Then Betty said something that sounded wrong. Just another simple dress. Betty, oh well, I would like to say you look lovely. But unfortunately, you can't see probably that far. Oh, this is just silliness. I have been without power. You should excuse it. At the house since Tuesday morning at 8 o'clock. It's been freezing and you don't realize. The number of things you do electrically, it's just so lonely. Speaking of not being in somebody's movie, why are you pointing? I'm here. I see, now, am I right? His wife and your wife have the same name. What are you, a detective now? Denzel, there's medication for that. Dave, man makes $40 billion a year and he sits there with two major people going. That's it. Dave, I'm over here. Can you look over here? Seth Mears' mom is obsessed with Idris Elba. About my mother, and I have my mom, Hillary. You met her a few years ago at a party in kind of tour. She told you about that. She did tell me about that. Yeah, she pretty much brings you up to my dad every day. Since she met you, she calls him, not Idris. Oh yeah, but I'm just saying, if you keep up your high quality work, I feel like you could hit that new pinnacle for my mom. Oh, really? Yeah, again, just joking. I got to ask you something. Last night my son, you were talking about Ja Gabber earlier. My son said, she was on Johnny Carson's show one time. She came there with a cat on her lap. And she said to you, do you want to pet my pussy? My son said that you said, I'd love to if you'd remove that damn cat. Chris Rock wasn't happy because David Letterman fired his hot employees. Not much I can say here. I know. I was backstage. You fired all the cute girls. You got a bunch of fat old guys back there. It's horrible, man. The vibe is just horrible, man. Man, can't take it no more. I tell you something, some of those guys are starting to look pretty good. And people, couples when they've been together long, they have little rituals and ways to keep the relationship fresh. But you have one involving golf. Is this right? Yeah, but don't you make these bets when you're playing golf? Yeah. If he duffs a shot and can't get his ball, over the lady's tee, he has to take his pants off. Does he do it? It's not just my husband, it's any man I play with. I used to watch you when I was a teenager, but I used to kind of have a little crush on you. It's actually nice. I loved the used to and then it went away. Well, not no. Well, let's not get into that. I used to watch you all the time with my friend Elisa back in Vancouver, and we were like obsessed with you. So, you and your friend Elisa and your ERI going to saying late teens. 16. Okay, 16 through so. Not quite there yet. Nope. David Letterman wasted no time getting to the important question. How have you been? You all right? Good. Good to be back in New York. Yeah, good to have you here. How much time do you spend in New York City? A lot. Not as often as I'd like. Which do you prefer, New York City or Los Angeles? I like both. I like the weather in LA better, but I love New York City. New York City is exciting though, isn't it? I was born here. Yeah, good for you. How'd you like being in jail? Not too much. A funny moment happened when Graham Norton and his guests tried to decide whether different audience members were gay or just European. So, we think gay. Gay. Is everyone saying gay? I'm going gay. You're all going gay. Okay, gay or European. Gay. Yay. Okay, European. I'm going European. If those are the two choices, those are the two choices. Yeah, I'm going to go gay, 'cause I think he looks British. Okay, I'll go gay at you. Sorry. Diane Cannon couldn't take Johnny Carson seriously. Can I ask you something without getting too intimate? How do you know? After we'd gone out a couple of times, right? What was there about this fella, that was different than you? How many think she should lose a few more pounds? No. How many thinks you should gain a few pounds? Okay. How many thinks it's just right now? Yeah, 'cause I have to say, when I look at you, I got to go. It's about 6,040. No, we have to see this. This is not nice. I had injured it so many times playing football. American football is this one. Yeah, but it's fine now. When my kids were young, they would ask me, Daddy, could you show my friends the magic finger? Sound like that. Wait a minute. No, you went there. I didn't go there. Conan couldn't handle Bill Burr talking about Oprah's come-up story. It's like she's been in show business for 35 years and she can't wrap her head around some guy doing whatever it takes to get to the next level. Didn't she for the first 5 years have who wanted to bang their mailman's boyfriend, and she didn't want to do it. But she didn't have the power to say no. But she stood on the heads of those little people for 5 years. Chris Farley had way too much energy for David Letterman's chairs. I don't know, it's like it happens sometimes. People come up to autograph, but it's not going to change me. I'm going to do same old Chris. Nothing's going to happen here. I've broken your equipment, look out. Now, you asked me to light it for you, and I thought I was doing the gentlemanly thing. Closest I'm ever going to get to kissing you. Oh well, we could certainly change that. You know what I mean? If I don't have to wait in line, it's a joke. I'm sorry. Now Madonna, I'm told that you prepared a little special comedy thing for us. Your own kind of, yes, you. And I think all America is, oh man. Damn thing seems to be stuck. Somebody bring me the jaws of life. Johnny Knoxville was talking about how he injured his downstairs area when Joan Rivers said this. When I broke my a few years ago, I was trying to backflip a motorcycle and comes down and breaks its handlebars off in my crotch. So, that was like over 3 years ago and I still have to catheter twice a day. A 15-in tube about the size of a number 2 pencil, twice a day. Wait a second, a 15-in tube, lucky wife, Conan O'Brien, got a little excited when Fam Kianson did this. What is your power? Help me with this. Ah, my thighs. I kill men between my thighs. You want me to do it for you? Here we go. Alright, You're going to have to come on top of me. I get on top of you. You just go here, and go. Let's not talk anymore. Okay, it's fine with me. Kevin Hart couldn't handle it when Olivia Colman said this. So this is The Night Manager, coming out in BBC One, next month. I look like someone I've snuck into the back of shot like a wardrobe person like I would have known you if she didn't say it. When she said it, I was like Cal actress Julie Walters had enough of Graham Norton's antics. You're never having sex again. I'm still Julie Walters. Did you meet what? Leave me alone. Well, didn't you met your husband in a club, didn't you? Mind your own business. Norm Macdonald made everyone lose it when he said this. But I don't, I dated a guy once and to get back together, he gave me like this little G-string outfit, like this little, and I was like, wait a minute, that's for you, that's not for me. So stuff like that is not good. Another guy gave me a keychain, a plastic click keychain. I was going to bring it out, but I couldn't get it off of my keys, so I left in the backstage. But he gave me a keychain. Why didn't you bring out the G? Harrison Ford didn't like how Graham Norton introduced his film. Now, let's start tonight with Harrison and Ryan's movie. It is the much-awaited Blade Runner 2049. It opens on the 5th of October. Ridley Scott's involved. Harrison, you were involved, but presumably this first time just involved. You're in it, you're on the poster. Hey David, I'll do it. Do it now. I'll do it right now. I don't even go. Go ahead, go. All right, this is, I don't think I should. Oh that, yeah. Oh my, you're going to need some pliers. I know. There you go. Okay, wow. Well I don't, buddy, but it doesn't matter. It's not bright, no, because the figure is there. The figure's there, and the look is there. And that's, don't you think men really like intelligence more when it comes right down to, please, are we going to go back to that? That's your brain. You know, a caring person has ever put his hand up a woman's breast, looking for a library card. Emma Thompson called out Hugh Grant for being cranky when they were younger. You hadn't been famous. We'd done 2 films together where neither of us was famous, and then you were suddenly very famous. He was so grumpy, all he knew me. He'd known me for years. There was nothing there for him. He knew that I wasn't going to cough up. Norm Macdonald couldn't stop flirting with Keke Palmer. I've never seen as breathtaking a girl in my life, and her smile is so genuine, it's unbelievable. Why you doing this? To me, hey Norm, how you doing? Listen man, I'm just a fat old man. But when I even sit beside such an image, I can't. Well, I'm sorry, when did you become an old Southern colonel? Yeah, I like this line. Now we got to take this on the road. I was thinking the same thing. You guys want to all go on the road together and take this act around town. I don't think I could survive it. Who remembers Sofia Vergara roasting Kevin Hart in our previous video? 'Cause in this particular film, I'm an action star. I didn't have to say it. You guys can tell by looking at my arms. And this is my first leading man role. Where I'm like, serious? It took you a long time, huh? Well, it turns out later on in the show, she burned him again out of nowhere. He went, Alan, I cannot make love to you this evening. It was like, what? Like okay? And he went, that's what I told you this morning when I saw you. Hugh Laurie didn't like the advice he got from a lion expert. I did a film with a lion once. I had to shoot with a lion. I said, what is the sort of safety thing here with this wild lion? You know what? If it does happen, what are you supposed to do? And he took great delight. That South African handler took great delight in telling me that if a lion charges you, you have to reach back. You take a handful of, and you throw it in the lion's face. And I obviously said, where'd you get the from? And he said, don't worry, it'll be there. God, I feel like I haven't been here in a long time. Did you miss me? Yes, I miss you a lot. Yes, I love you. Don't be creepy. It's dangerous to be a stripper. I thought it was just fun and games, but no, that's why I gave it up. Yeah, laugh with me. Graham Norton roasted Nicole Kidman's old modeling photos. You know when photographers in movies, when they're doing, photo shoot, and they're always like, oh, look sexy, or give me something. What had the photographer said before? Why aren't you doing this to anybody? Is this the sort of thing you're after? What have I done there? I got Dave, I don't understand. It's a trick tie. It was made for I know what this is. Oh, this is exciting. I'm dressing Dave. Hold on, there you go. Oh, thank you very much. Conan O'Brien got roasted by a dominatrix. Usually, I would correct your posture. Shoulders, back, no stomach. I don't like stomach, so let's take this a step further. Okay, so admit I have a pretty good, for a guy in his mid-30s, I have a pretty good body. Mid-30s, yeah, we do roleplay here, and fantasy is a big part of the game. British comedian Lee Mack almost had an accident on stage. I ate 40 to 50 of these little sweets. So I ate 40, too, and what's that rumbling? So I look at the packet. It must be this. And on the back it says, do not eat more than 1 or 2 of these at a time because they are a laxative. I've eaten 40 of these. And I said to the costume woman, I'm really nervous about this because I've been going to the toilet a lot and I can't think I can hold it. She said, don't worry, Lee, worse comes to worse. I'll put a tampon up there. And I said, no, if worse comes to worse, I'll be pushing. Hugh Grant told a hilarious story about why he fired his agent. His shower broke down. He wanted to borrow my bath and my suite. And I said, all right, and I forgot he was in there. And I walked in and he was on all fours washing. Who washes like that? He was on all fours, yes, and his bottom towards me. This awful soapy flag of Japan. I had to say to you, a great agent. I'm really very fond of you, but I've seen your anus. And you got to go. Hugh Laurie couldn't handle Kevin Hart talking about his kids. And Kevin, do your kids? Do they aspire to be a performer like you? My kids are just like me. They're there, cut. It's scary. Now my son is a little slower. My daughter is just my son. I catch my son doing some of the stupid stuff. Why you licking that wall? I'm just playing. No, you're not playing licking the wall, son. British comedian Lee Mack messed up his first stand-up comedy show pretty badly. It was my first attempt at stand-up comedy. Well, he said, don't worry, you're just padding. What you're doing is you're looking for comedy gold, which is where you from. They say Kent, and you say, what did you call me? So, I tried it, but I was very drunk. Said to, where are you from? The guy says, Wales. I black out, and I go, hi. I panic, and then I say, anyone in from Kent? And this bloke shouts out, me. And I said, well, you're a Dwayne Johnson. Took a shot at Kevin Hart as soon as he came into the conversation. How cool fame is, but also never like I don't have the stress you have though, because I think the thing is, if you are 5'6" and you've got a hat on, I catch the bus and the subway every single day because I'm not in anyone's eye line like that. But I imagine if you're you can't, you're 7 feet tall. Well, what happens if you're 3'2"? Like how does that